1, prepare.
We're not prepared.
Check that off the list. 2, stay sober.
Not happening.
Welcome to the best kind of worst.
No one fucking cares.
Everyone cares.
Who?
I care.
Dick suck.
So there I am in the parking lot. Underwear and a guinea.
Hang out in the back seat of a 7-Eleven.
It's an Emma!
We might die.
So you want to talk about those lesbians?
We need a Bay update.
I slept on the fucking tile!
One and only rebel child from a family meek and mild. My mama seemed to know what lay in store. Despite all my Sunday learning, towards the bad I kept on turning.
Till mama couldn't hold me anymore.
I turned
21 in prison, doing life without parole.
No one could steer me right, but
Mama tried to raise me better, but her creed and I denied. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried.
Nice. Hello.
God, I'm doing life.
Hello.
Hello, doing life.
Episode 38. I don't think we announced what episode we did last week.
Who
in
knows?
The episode.
Who knows what I did last week? I had an existential experience where I just basically talked for an hour and a half.
Yeah, but it was good. I mean, I haven't re-listened to the whole thing, but it was good. It worked.
I'm getting better at long form talking. Because like I said, I formulate my thoughts as we're talking a lot of the times. So there's a like when I'm
that's my life, babe.
Yeah. So when I'm listening to my of course I'm harder on myself than the average person probably is.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a lot of room for improvement.
There's always room for improvement, right?
Yeah.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Jesus, man.
I thought we were improving.
I'm really trying. I gave up cursing and being late to class.
See, I don't know. I walked you right into that one, and you were all about it.
Dude, I went
you took
full
it.
in.
I liked it though. I'm happy you did, but
full in. I didn't even care.
Full hot. What? Whiskey.
Beer.
Tequila. Hell yeah. Oh man, is right. So what's going on? Episode 38. Here we are.
38.
God, we're almost 40.
You're talking to.
Oh, you're talking to a couple old fucks now, apparently, huh?
I'm gonna tell y'all.
Oh
with
God.
a tear
In my eye.
Oh man.
With a tear in my eye.
Termi?
With a tear in my eye.
Is that like tiramisu? Termi?
Oh man, I hate tiramisu.
Hold on. Ready?
Oh, Jesus.
Crack a beer.
Take off your pants. This is talking shop. Hold on, let me get my ASM, AM, whatever it is for the week.
Got a little, there you go. Is that black coffee?
That would be, now this is, for episode 38, because 38 is such an important number.
Is it?
I have no idea. I went and splurged a little bit. You got it. On a S, don't know what the S stands for. Pellegrino bubbly water.
Oh, the Pellegrino? Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, Pellegrino.
Pellegrino? That sounds about right for you.
Yeah, it was on sale at the store.
So that's what your slurping is this week? A little Pellegrino?
Yeah, it's gluten-free.
Is it, though?
Gluten-free from, fresh from Italy.
I mean, it's water, so it should be, right?
Well, you don't know these days.
Do
Gluten-free.
they sell water with gluten in it?
Probably could.
But do they?
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't have these answers. I wish I did, though.
All right. Well, I decided to crack me a. Put your hand on your chest for me.
Oh, hold on. It's there
right now. You got to do it. Is it there? I'm gonna trust that it's there since I can't see you.
Hold on. I gotta.
What do you mean, hold on?
Well,
Do it.
because you got me doing something that I know is going to be awesome, so I might as well get it for this stupid vlog I'm doing.
Are you, though?
Yeah, hold on.
I mean, God, now I feel like I'm on the spot and I actually have to have you do something.
It is on my heart.
That's all I wanted, though. I literally just wanted the hand on the heart.
I thought we were going to start
I could
saying the
announce-
national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance.
I mean, we can. I was just trying to announce that I'm drinking a Sam 76, babe.
Oh, well,
It's revolutionary.
That
deserves
calls.
a hand on the heart.
Hey. I'm gonna
Get
say
yourself a 76.
I'm gonna say 3 words, and I want you to repeat them.
Repeat them, huh?
We the
We.
people.
The people.
That's all you gotta say.
All right. We the people.
We the
Sam
people.
76. That's what I'm drinking today.
Speaking of
the old
the
sponsor.
the national anthem, and I don't know how true this is, but apparently I don't know if it was a school or a I think it was a school, but I want to say it might have been a business. But I guess before like meetings or something, they would say the national anthem or something, and they decided to stop doing that. And this lady that is very prideful of her country decided when it was her turn to talk or whatever to do it.
She was going to do it anyway.
And she got blasted by these people. Like this poor lady's there's a video online, and I just found out about. I was just listening to an interview today when I was in class, and I meant to pull the video to see like how true it was, because I mean people say stuff all the time, and I don't know whether it's true.
Well, yeah, of course.
So I wanted to see like the context, because you can see a video like that and then make it sound a lot worse, right?
Yeah, of course.
But it was on my list to like look at when I got home. That I just forgot. But like how that was like what the person in the interview was talking about is like have we gone so far as that we have people that actually hate the institution of America, like they actually hate the country?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
yeah,
how
we have.
Because it was Dan.
You know what I gotta say? Go.
Well, it was the same guy I was talking about earlier off the podcast, Dan Crenshaw.
Yep.
He was saying he's like I don't blast liberals. I don't have anything problem with. I blast people on the left. Mm-hmm. He's like liberalism is like the gateway to the left, and you can either choose to be a liberal, which there's nothing wrong with that, or you can take it to the extreme and be that progressive left that is just they want to demonize free speech. They want to abolish the Bill of Rights, the Constitution that we have. He's like, he's like, have we gone as far as now we have sects of people that just hate the institution of America? And he goes, if that's the case, then I'm scared.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. Absolutely.
I never thought of that.
You can get killed in other countries for being like that.
Yeah. That's what we said last week. If you can honestly tell me it's worse today than it was, 50 years ago.
Did we say that?
One of us said that, like goading, prove that it was worse. I don't think you can.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean it's not. Progression.
Yeah.
Sure, maybe some things seem worse, but probably aren't.
No.
Probably aren't. Just the advent of more technology kind of brings things to the forefront. The internet, social media, you're more aware to things happening around the country, but there's been bullshit happening forever, right?
Yeah, yeah. So you had a pretty good weekend. I saw you doing some
Did
work
I?
this weekend. I saw a snap. You were out there drinking some bull and shooting some camera footage.
Always drinking the bull and shooting the camera footage. Always. But, yeah. So, what did I do this week? The week was a fairly basic week. Just office work, little editing, a lot of emails, a lot of Googling shit, But, yeah, so the company I'm with does a show called The Road to Indy, and they basically cover the 3 lower level Indy car races, like under the official Indy car races. But when they do the Indy car races, the weekend is full. They don't just have official IndyCar races. They also have the lower level races, and these are basically kids that are trying to work their way up to IndyCar, right? So they got the 3 levels that you kind of start at the bottom, and the winner from each division each year moves up to the next division. So if you can win consistently and have enough money, have enough backing to make sure your car is in working order, make sure you have enough money for damages because you're probably going to hit a wall at some point. If you can continue going forward, you can work your way up to IndyCar. So the company produces a show covering these kids trying to make it to IndyCar. And so the first race of IndyCar series every year is here in St. Pete locally. I'm sure you've been down there when all the roads have been closed. You've probably seen it, heard about it.
I'll take you one step. I'll take you one step further. I
been to it.
No. I went to USF St. Pete. So we used to.
It's literally right there.
Yeah,
I parked at a USF parking lot to go.
Yeah, Tully and I would go to. We'd climb to the top of the parking garage, and we would just watch it from up there. Yeah.
There you go. Perfect. So they since it was local, they were able to get more people to go because there's the crew that normally films it, but these are such long weekends. Well, they're long, but they're quick, right? And there's a lot to do. There's 3 different series to cover. There's a lot of filming going on. So, the Red Bull team was asked to come and help film some supplementary B-roll to help the crew focus on the main story elements that they were covering. So we went down and did a little filming at the races and then got to hang out and check out the races, walk around, and we were able to get tickets for, friends and family and stuff like that. So I had the lady and kids come down and be able to walk around and check out the races and, get them up close to look at the cars and stuff. So it was a good time.
That's cool. That's good.
And and then Sunday was a nice relaxing day. Did a little had a little cookout, did a little dirt bike riding, broke my foot, the usual Sunday afternoon.
Sounds like a winner.
Yeah. In all actuality, I didn't break my foot, but I just things happen.
A little
overzealous.
Just a little how you do you.
Yeah, well, how you do you? A little sore foot.
Little pleasantries.
Seems like every week now I'm hurting something.
Yeah, just play. Just
got them
paying the
got them
troll
old
toll.
bones. Yeah, that's it. You got to pay the troll toll. You want to get in the boys' hole.
There you go.
So, but so that was the weekend. It's a good weekend. Not too bad. Got to test out a new lens on the camera, so that was fun. Had to go drop that off this morning. We got a little rental. Good time. Good time. How about you? How was your week?
Studying. That's it. Just gearing up. I got 6 weeks left, and I got
6 weeks.
4 exams coming up. So I just studying as hard as I can.
Yeah. 6 weeks. Is that including this week?
Honestly, I'm making up the number. I don't really know.
You have no clue.
Yeah, I know when my exams are. I know when I take the last exam, that's the last day. I don't.
Yeah. Is that the end of next month or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Like the second or third week of May, something like that.
May? April?
What month are we in?
March.
Yeah, April.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Filmed a little for the vlog. I should have it up by tomorrow, maybe the next day. Probably Wednesday.
Yeah,
I'm thinking Wednesday.
Cool. Very good. So this can drop tomorrow, probably. Yeah. I can get it out in the morning. Get it scheduled for tomorrow, and then that can drop Wednesday.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a set day or something.
Well, I'm sure that's just going to work out like our set day for the podcast.
100%.
Which was today, and clearly it's not out today.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's now, 8 o'clock at night, and here we are.
I just I don't know, I had like an existential crisis like when I was doing the vlog, because I always joke about doing the same thing all the time, and I make light of it, you know, kind of like a little self-deprecating humor.
Yeah.
But
Naturally.
Then when you see it and you're like, oh, well, it is kind of sad sometimes, but like not in a bad way.
Well, no, I mean,
Right.
but I think also, I think it goes back to even what you were saying about the podcast and talking is you're always going to be a little more critical of yourself, you know, but I think too, I mean, to you, it might be the same thing every day, but you've also been back and forth to that island for a couple of years now, you know, so to you, it is kind of normal. Whereas I think, I mean, from the couple clips that you've shown me so far, I think that once it's out, like it really is, it's a different world. And I think some of that's going to come through. And the thing though, I mean, I don't watch many vlogs, but the stuff that I have seen, it's really just people walking around talking, right? Not really doing much of anything. So it really doesn't matter if you do the same thing every day, as long as the content changes, I guess, right?
Yeah, as long as you change it up every once in a while.
Yeah, if you're just saying the same thing over and over, then no one's going to want to watch more than a couple episodes, right?
Yeah.
But if you at least change the content, the context.
And it's hard, like, being here, because it's not like I can, like, jump in my car and, like...
Well, yeah, exactly. So you are limited, you know, to specific things, you know. Maybe on the weekend you know, you go to the beach, or next time you go for a run, you do something there if you haven't already, you know. There's options. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm just... I don't know. Just in a funk, I think. That's all.
So you're turning everybody off from the vlog right now, huh?
Nah, I mean, it's all right. I don't know. I mean,
I guess.
I got, like, ideas, because, like...
Yeah.
I wanna try to get more traction to our YouTube page, because I think it's... I was listening to Andrew Schultz, a comedian.
Yeah.
He was on Theo and Fighter and the Kid last week.
Okay.
And I never heard his stand-up at all. I didn't know who he was until last week.
I don't know who he is.
And he's super funny. Like, his stuff is actually super funny. And I don't find most comedians really all that funny a lot of the times. Mm-hmm. I think laughter is best experienced, like, with a group of people. So, like, when you and I are, like, just sitting there, like, watching comedy, like, I find myself laughing more.
It's a lot. Yeah, absolutely.
When I watch it by myself, I don't find myself laughing as much. Like, I internally, I find it funny.
Yeah.
But I'm not like...
But when you're with somebody, you can feed off of each other, right? So, like, oh, maybe I found something funny, so I kind of giggled at it, and then it kind of made you think, oh, you know, that was kind of funny, and so you kind of laugh. Even though it is funny regardless, but I think there's, you know, it's the same thing as going to a live comedy show and sitting on your couch watching a comedy show. You're going to laugh 10 times as much at the show to the same joke
100%.
than you would sitting on your couch, because it's the atmosphere, it's being around the people, it's feeling the energy of the comedian in the room, and it's a full experience.
Yeah.
Whereas you're just sitting on your couch watching a comedy special. I do it a lot, actually. I mean, I just watched a couple this past week. And they can be funny, but there's definitely something to be said about having a community or a group to watch with. But
he tried to sell his special to, like, Netflix or Amazon or some stuff, and no one wanted to bite on it. And then Comedy Central said no, and the dude pushes the limit, and he says, he's like, comedy's supposed to be funny. There's no word in my vocabulary that's taboo. He's like, if you get offended, that's on you.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got a whole joke about, you know, Donald Trump grabbing her by the pussy, and I don't want to do, like, his bit, but it's like, it's a billionaire grabbing your pussy. You're gonna let him do it. You know, that's like the premise of the bit.
Yeah. Okay.
That without giving away the punchline or anything, that's like the premise, right? So like, he pushes, like, he talks about trannies, things that a lot of comedians are shying away from. Long story short, though.
That's good. I actually kind of like that. I might need to check him out.
Yeah. So what he has done is, since he doesn't have much of a platform, like you said, Comedy Central struck out, a bunch of, like, Netflix, Amazon, no one wanted to bite on it. he decided to make his YouTube page like his network. So he took his hour and he said, most people don't watch hour specials.
Yeah.
Netflix is doing better numbers on those 30 minutes, and that's why you're seeing the 30s now showing up everywhere.
Absolutely.
He's like, I took my hour, I cut it up into like 10-minute pieces, and I drop a piece of it every week on my YouTube channel, and I'm making more than I ever have. So that's
perfect.
I would love that. It gave me the idea of like trying to turn our YouTube page into like a network. And to do more shit on there.
It really could. Yeah, we'd just have to do some more shit.
Like I thought about
we'd have to stop using music, or at least cut it out so we can.
Well, I thought about reaching out. I thought about reaching out to someone that we've put on our podcast before, music wise, and asked if we can use their music in some of our stuff. That way,
I'm sure they'd be more than fine with that. And I do have access to music of just like if you just needed background music for stuff, like I've got libraries I can give you access to. I can, because I
don't have any of that.
You just gotta let me know. I can give you a couple. I can give you a website, or I can even just send you a bunch of shit. So when we'll talk more about it when we get off, or tomorrow or something. Let me know.
I thought about doing like I just like vlogging for me. I just started doing it because I don't have much like pictures or like stuff that from here, So I was like, oh, it'd be cool to have this just to save. I mean, really and truly, it's for me. It's not for anyone else. But if it brings people to our podcast, it's great.
But that's also,
right? Content.
I think that's a good thing, though. It needs to be for you and not for anybody else, because if you're doing it for somebody else and you don't necessarily care about it, it's not going to work. It's not going to last.
But like I thought about doing like other things, like trying to convince like a sister to do like a vlog because of all the stuff that she does with like finding clothes and stuff, like just doing other things. Right. And having the podcast be like the main thing, but we also give you other things, like trying to do like an actual like a network.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought
that was an interesting, and that's his whole premise, and that's what he was. The reason why he was on Fighter and the Kid is because Brendan wanted him to talk to Brian, because I thought Brian's next comedy special was going to be on Netflix, and it's not. It's going to be through iTunes, and you got to pay for it. And I think that Callan. Brian Callen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I thought his next special was going to be on Netflix because I thought Rogan was helping him out, and I guess they couldn't get anything.
No, I thought I had heard that on a random podcast somebody was saying that he was going through something other than Netflix.
Yeah, so it's going to be on iTunes.
I think Brendan or somebody was kind of bashing him at first, saying, "Oh, he's not going through Netflix. You should be going through Netflix." But
I don't think they bid on it.
People are doing other stuff. People are doing other things.
I think if he would have met with Andrew a couple of months ago, and heard like you could do this through your YouTube channel because they have hundreds and thousands of followers on YouTube, it would get his stand up and he's 50 whatever. It would get him out more than being on iTunes. I think. Same thing with like Theo. I think Theo's struggling to get a special out there because he hates his first one.
Yeah, he always bashes the first one, and honestly, I watched it.
I thought it was funny. And it's not great.
It's funny, but it's not him. It's not great.
Well, it's early restricted days Theo when he was trying to be someone he's not.
Well, that's it too. I think he's also come into his own over the last couple of years, and that's going to help. He just mentioned, I was listening to a podcast with him the other day, and he just mentioned that he thinks he's going to just pay for it and do it himself and then shop it around and see what bites.
That's what he told
rather than trying to get a contract and then do it, he's just going to do it himself and then see what he can get out of it.
Yeah, that's what he told Andrew Schultz. He said, I'm going to do it myself and then I'm going to shop it. And Andrew was like, don't even shop it. He's like, I bet you'll have more eyes if you just cut it and put it on YouTube. Yeah. And he's like, and I see all the things you're doing. And he said he was going to sponsor some other shows on his YouTube page. And he was like, you have the infrastructure to have your own network. You don't need them. He's
already got a following, right?
And
I mean, I don't know how strong it is on YouTube, but I know he posts all his shit up there, so it's got to be decent.
And Andrew Schultz and he's got a damn good point. He's like, when Netflix pays $100 million for a TV show that drops all the episodes at once to numbers that no one ever sees. He's like, and YouTube does it for free. YouTube's just waiting. He's like, Netflix will go out of business at some point. He goes, I don't know when. He's like, but it's not sustainable. He goes, networks aren't sustainable and Netflix isn't sustainable.
Well, yes, it depends. It depends. I mean, it's.
I think what he
they're
meant.
still growing right now, which is great. But there could be a time where that platform doesn't make sense. But their platform is completely different than what it started as. So if they're willing to grow, I mean, things can happen, right?
But I think what he meant is the amount of money that they spend on their original content,
course.
right?
Yeah. They spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
But HBO's still fucking doing it, and they've been around for a lot longer.
But what happens when someone like Disney gets their network going and pulls all their movies, you know?
Yeah, to an extent.
You know, FX pulled out most of their shows, you know?
Of course. There's definitely...
It's going to get interesting.
They have... I mean, Netflix started the whole thing, but they're almost the demise of themselves because everybody else saw how successful they were, so started making their own apps and doing it themselves. So, people started pulling content. I just think there's still so much more content out there that, you know... And I think it's going to be a while before.
No, it's absolutely going to be a while. But I think what's going to hurt Netflix in the long run is that they're not insulated like Amazon is with like their shipping products and their business, right?
Yeah, of course.
Amazon's insulated, so
Amazon Prime is just extra.
Yeah.
It's just extra. Prime Video is just extra.
It's going to get interesting though, and I think he's got the right idea. If your YouTube channel has over 100,000 viewers and you're insulated, why not just have your own network there? And that's something I was meaning to talk to you off air about, but we just got into it here. But
fuck it.
I think I think we could do something with that because we have you and I have sat down and brainstormed 1,000 different ideas.
Oh, there's a lot of shit we could do, you know. It's just really having the time and some little bit of capital, right? Yeah, that's it. So, you know, I mean, we can get there, then
figure it out.
Yeah, it's not going to happen overnight, but if we can get there and get to a comfortable position, then I definitely could turn it into something.
One step at a time.
Absolutely.
But it's just something. I mean, I have fun doing what I do, and that's it.
I mean, when
the moment it becomes like tedious, then it's like, all right, it's not. This is fun for me.
Yeah, I mean, when I kind of first created the logo, I had pitched to you like this could be more of just like a social account. It could be a chive, bar stool, you know, like something like that. If we wanted to go that route,
we definitely
and then we kind of talked and we're like, well, let's go the podcast route and start there, right?
Yeah, because I don't think we have. Well, it's just you and I, you know.
Well,
so
of course,
like,
yeah.
If we had somebody that was just doing articles and doing like shit like that, then we could do something like that.
Absolutely.
But that would cost. That would mean we would be paying someone, you know.
Of course, so exactly. But that's all.
It's definitely something we could do.
Possibilities, right?
You know, that's just that's the reverse of what Barstool did.
Mm-hmm.
Barstool was all like
started out one way and went the other,
like all like jokey but serious sport articles, and then it's like, well, now it's just podcasts.
Yeah, podcasts and
really and truly
videos.
I shit on Barstool a lot because like I think they started out as just a bunch of frat boys, right? So it was very misogynistic. Yeah. Like they have lawsuits where they treated women like crap. So I'm
sure they did.
I've been very critical of Barstools, and I'm not like,
as you should.
But guess what?
You should.
Their largest podcast is the Call Me Daddy Girls, and they're absolutely hilarious.
I've never listened to it. I've just seen like little clips that get posted.
Yeah, they're obnoxious as hell, but like they just talk like they're doing what women should do. They're talking openly about their sex life. They're talking openly about the things that they want in life. Like you don't have to be that derogatory and that straightforward, but that's where we need to go.
But hey, it's working for them, right?
You know, but yeah,
it's honesty, right?
Yeah. And this is just I want to kick things off with a little on brand thing. A little on brand.
Okay.
This is just on brand.
On brand.
So last month, the dean at Rider University in New Jersey announced that she would be resigning over the school's decision to ban Chick-Fil-A from becoming an on-campus restaurant.
Good. Resign.
Good for her.
I want some Chick-fil-A.
They shot it down because the LGBTQ A, B, C, D, and how
okay.
Facts. The owners of Chick-fil-A are Southern Christians that do not believe in gay marriage. That's a fact. But they do not advocate against gay marriage. That's the demarcation.
No.
Just because you look, if you don't believe in gay marriage, that doesn't make you a bad person. Now, if you're actively trying to shoot down legislation, I have a little bit of a problem with you.
Then
Chick-fil-A's
there's definitely
never
an
done
issue.
that.
Yeah.
All they say is, these are our beliefs. But how many times have we gone to a Chick-fil-A and there's a gay person working there?
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't discriminate.
Absolutely.
And to think that a chicken sandwich is the quintessential picture of bigotry,
A bigot sandwich.
you're out of your mind. And I'm very happy that someone took a stance, because as a dean of a university, you're making a ton of money. That's not an easy job to walk away from. So shout out to I had the name here. Cynthia Newman. Shout out Cynthia Newman.
Yeah. I agree with you, though. It would be completely different if they were advocating for putting it down.
Absolutely.
Discriminating against.
Absolutely.
The owners of the franchise have just come out and said these are our beliefs. Well, guess what? They don't deal with any of the day-to-day.
No.
Right? They're just sitting fat and happy making money
And here's-
off of chicken sandwiches.
And this is an important lesson that I think Americans need to learn, is that hate speech is free speech. There is no such thing as hate speech. Everyone has the freedom to think and to say whatever they want. And it at times will offend you and it will make you angry, but that's their right to say those things. And it's their right to have those beliefs.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And if you
Well, everybody wants to talk about freedom of speech on the other side, right?
Exactly. But if you
it's still their freedom.
And we have to remember that just having beliefs, there's nothing wrong with that. It's wrong if
everybody has beliefs.
It's wrong if
it's
you're
their belief that it's okay to be gay, and it's their belief that it's okay to not agree with the people that don't agree with that, right? So it really does go both ways. Now, there's certain instances where if you're discriminating, then yes.
Yeah.
But beliefs are beliefs.
Like I'll use an example of someone, and you and I both knew this person. Old man Donald.
Oh God, that guy was great.
He was one of the most sweetest. He was an 82-year-old man that Oli and I had the absolute pleasure of working with. And I know
there's nothing but a pleasure every day I saw that.
Yeah,
man.
and this is a true story, and I know he would have no problem saying this story because we talked about it openly.
Yeah.
He fought in World War II, so he would throw out racial slurs when he referred to Asians.
Yeah, he did.
But he would never look an Asian in the face or ever discriminate actively towards an Asian.
No, absolutely not. He was
only
the nicest
because,
man.
Yeah, it was only because he knew that Oli and I knew that he was not a true racist. He had beliefs.
Yeah, he could be open with us.
He had beliefs. He fought against these people. He has seen the evil, but he was not.
Yeah.
He had beliefs, but he wasn't actively. He wasn't an active racist. I guess
he wasn't active.
Yeah.
He wasn't active in his beliefs.
Exactly.
He felt a certain way, but he knew that just because he saw an Asian person, that wasn't their fault or their problem, right?
Yeah.
He knew that, so he didn't act on anything.
Absolutely not. And
well,
I think
like
that's the important thing.
He saw evil. He saw the evil, and that sticks with you.
Yeah.
Right or not, it sticks with you, and it's just a belief and a way of life from that time, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's most veterans in certain times of war.
Yeah.
You know, when you see a lot of evil from one side, you're going to be a little biased and you're going to have certain beliefs. But that guy would not be mean to anybody.
No.
Ever.
No. And it just goes back. You can facts. Chick-fil-A's owners don't believe in gay marriage, but they're not actively trying to shoot down legislation or actively picketing or protesting against it. So I'm just happy someone took a stance, because Chick-fil-A is not there's no bigotry in Chick-fil-A. And
that's why I don't have a problem eating that delicious sauce.
So I wanted to start the show off with the shout out, because we don't do this too often.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Oh man. Did you get to see the R. Kelly interview?
No, I saw like a clip of it. Every fucking site I went to that said watch the video here was just a stupid ass news report and only showing the one little clip of him flipping out.
Well,
so
let's see how much this has. Let's see what
I
this
was
has.
struggling to find the full video, although I mean I probably could have looked a little harder, but I did get pretty busy last week.
Yeah.
I looked on maybe a dozen links and it was like nope, not gonna work, and I was like all right, I just didn't have any more time.
Well, let's see what this one has
to try and find it.
Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career.
Robert.
Yeah, it's just gonna go on and just give you like a written text now.
Yeah, that was
kinda
basically
sucks.
the one clip that everybody was showing was him flipping out, right? Well, I want to see the whole interview.
Yeah, I mean, I have it. It's like 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
But I was hoping just to get like the clip of where, I should have done my homework better on this one. Let's see what this one says. Hold on.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that you have never held anybody
Oh, this is a
against
good
their
part.
will.
I don't need to. Why would I?
Well,
How stupid would
You've
it
never
be
held
for
anybody-
R. Kelly, with all I've been through in my way past, to hold somebody, let alone 4, 5, 6, 50, you said. Why, how stupid would I be to do that?
I didn't say you
That's
were holding.
stupid, guys.
I didn't-
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense. Don't forget the blogs. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense. How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been through, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement, and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle.
Robert,
Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
Robert.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life.
He wants us to use our common sense. So let's
Maybe he should have.
well let's let me use my common sense. I'm gonna look at this situation objectively, and I'll use my common sense. And I'm gonna quit playing around like he asked. That's absurd. You're a manipulator, fact, a sexual deviant, a predator, a monster. You're a pedophile. I'm going to use my common sense, and my common sense tells me that you're going to prison.
Absolutely.
My common
I did
sense.
find an article. Go ahead. Continue.
Oh, no, good.
I thought you were done, but continue.
No, good.
I'm liking it. I did find an article with a body language expert
Ooh.
reviewing his interview, saying that his violent actions during the emotionally charged interview are comparable to that of an anguished little boy.
The documentary
She
talked
also-
about that a little bit. Like
yeah,
his mentality.
she also it says it also underlines just how disrespectful and frightening his voice and carnage and gestures are. At a point, she says it's not to be overlooked. It's clear as he sidesteps formal interview etiquette that he is a rule breaker.
Yeah, the clip I pulled didn't have the one line that I did read an excerpt, and he claimed that he can't be tried for the same thing, under double jeopardy, and that's an inaccurate portrayal. Double
That's
jeopardy
not what double jeopardy is. It's
Double
you can't be
jeopardy-
tried for the exact same case.
against the same person.
It's
So, like, if
the
I
same-
murder,
well, and it's not even necessarily. It's the same charge.
Yeah.
You can be charged with something else against the same person in the same act.
Yeah.
But you can't have the same charge brought
Exactly.
against you in the exact same situation.
yeah, because he was saying, like this, I've already been found not guilty of this. And shout out to Gail King. I don't give journalists and interviewers a whole lot of shout outs, but she immediately responded with you. Because he said, I was found not guilty. You can't do this double jeopardy. And she goes,
That's one
she
case.
goes, you were acquitted, and it's a different person.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out
Not
to
the same
her.
thing.
And that's when he kind of he had a meltdown. Look, 10 counts. Like, You're going to prison.
You're doing, yeah.
And you deserve to go to prison.
Absolutely.
You're a monster.
Absolutely.
And like I said,
I still haven't seen the miniseries they did, but I'd like to watch it.
Yeah. Shelley and Raymond Sr. finally watched it, and they were like,
Did they?
It was crazy. And I was like, yeah, I know. She was like, we watched one episode and we had to just watch all 6. And I was like, I know.
Yeah. I'm sure once you get in, you just gotta watch.
And he said, like, I beat my case. Like, you paid the girls off. You didn't beat the case.
Yeah. No, you paid them off to stay quiet and drop it.
Yeah. You going to prison.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Let's all use our common sense, and I think common sense is telling me you're going to prison.
Oh, and there's multiple videos of you doing illegal activities with minors.
Yeah.
You know.
You're a monster. Venezuela's gone dark. They've lost all power.
Gone dark?
They've lost all power. Yeah.
Jesus.
They blamed it gets real hairy because they're Spanish. Typical Spanish people always have similar names. The current president, not the one that's claiming that the election was rigged.
Trying to claim
is the actual president.
Yeah.
The current president that's literally caused this whole disaster kind of made an offhanded comment blaming the U.S. for the reason, and I'm not really sure how. The quote was, electromagnetic and cyber attacks directed from abroad by the empire, which was meant as the U.S. But a couple of journalists for the Daily Wire got pictures of like their electricity plants, and it's like there's just weeds all growing over them, like it's just not taken care of.
So they're saying we hacked in and shut down their power?
Yeah,
Oh, that's great. And this is where people in this country want us to go.
Well, yeah, and it's
socialism.
And all joking aside, it's super sad because there's a video of a NICU, a neonatal intensive care unit, and there's no power, so these nurses are literally fanning these babies, trying to keep them cool. It's an awful situation. I saw a video.
Yeah, that's sad.
I saw a video of just Venezuelans just jumping across the border and like.
Yeah. Well, you have to think that's. I mean, the fuck else do you do? No power, nothing.
And it's crazy. It's crazy how the and Dan Crenshaw's right. I know I mix liberals and lefts together, and he's right. It's not liberals. It's the left. The left refuses to acknowledge that this is a problem in the landscape of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah, absolutely.
I don't what they've been. 17 people are already reported have passed due to the no power.
Jeez.
I think it's like 17 of the 23 states have no power whatsoever.
Yeah.
Not even backup power. So it's awful.
Damn.
I guess it's the Venezuelan update for the week. Hopefully something changes.
Hopefully they got to get something figured out.
I don't know what you do there though. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. I just see because we end up being the world police that we're going to end up having to go in and do something when they're the ones, they fucked it up and they're blaming us saying that we shut their power down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
But yeah, when everything goes tits up, everybody looks here.
Yeah. We're easy to blame.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah. We're easy to blame. What you got? You got anything?
Yeah, I got one that's slightly old that I wanted to bring up last week, I think, but I never got to.
Wonder why. You got it.
Yeah, yeah, you got it. But so I'm sure by now most people have heard, but there was another side of it that I wanted to put out there because I haven't really heard it being talked about a whole lot. So SpaceX was able to successfully send a capsule to dock with the International Space Station. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you had heard that. It was like a week or two ago.
Yeah, Eddie Bravo mentioned it on the Alex Jones Rogan.
Yeah, so you knew. So you probably know the next thing I'm going to say, but I felt like it wasn't really being put out there a whole lot. So what's really cool is their next plan is to actually send a crew, because this was an unmanned. SpaceX has never done a manned mission, right? So
Yes.
So their plan is to do a manned mission to the International Space Station, so that American scientists, astronauts can get there and work on things that they need to work on, update things. Because so apparently, I didn't know this, but for the last 8 years, NASA has actually been paying to take rides on Russian spacecrafts to get to the space station. I thought that was quite fascinating. And, they don't want to have to keep relying on the Russians to get to our space station.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like it's International Space Station, but they don't want to keep relying to get
relying
there.
on the Russians.
To have to get there. So SpaceX is developing this to.
That's insane. The Russians.
We've been paying for 8 years to get rides from the Russians to go to the space station. So I think it's pretty awesome that there's a plan in place for SpaceX to start doing that for NASA, and bringing the astronauts there that need to be there to work on it.
Speaking of SpaceX, Tesla's not going to close all of their stores. They're going to close half of them.
Okay.
And,
all right, yeah, because I had heard they're just shutting down all the stores.
That was a new report this morning.
Nice. All right,
because
that's good.
I get to class and then I meditate for like 30 minutes. I'm in this meditation course.
Yeah.
And then I read a few news articles and I start my day. But they're gonna shut half of the stores, and that the reason why I was concerned by them shutting all the stores is because then they have no infrastructure for their solar part of their company, which does good business.
Makes sense.
Makes so sense. That you can actually see it, right?
They still need stores, so why not keep some cars there,
so they're
right?
going to keep some stores open, and the way they're going to offset that is that the two higher end models, the crossover SUV and the Model X and the Model Y.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those are the.
Well, if you're going to spend that much money on a vehicle, you probably want to go and try it, right?
Well, they're
going to see it.
They're going to increase the cost of those cars by 3% to offset not closing all of the stores. The Model 3 will stay at the $35,000 price point. So I thought that was a fair compromise.
But that you're only going to be able to order online.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the car might be in store. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But there's the price increase is only going to be for the two higher end models. Which it makes fine sense because 3% of already $100,000 is only $3,000, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you're paying $100,000, what's $3,000?
Yeah.
Right.
3%.
Whereas they're trying to get the Model 3 to be affordable. Yeah. They just cut the price down. If
you don't want to bring
it again,
back up.
It's I mean, you're the what they're trying to accomplish with that car. They're already on the high end of that, right? I mean, $35,000. That's still not an every person car. That's still an expensive car for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I think having it 35, I would say 30 would even be ideal, and they'd probably sell a lot more.
I think that's the goal. I think the goal is 25.
Because after taxes and warranties and shit, you're at 40.
I think the ultimate goal is like 25.
Yeah.
And then they came out with the version 3 of the superchargers, and now the car charges in like 15 or 17 minutes.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, we charged the 3 from basically 0 to like 270 miles. It only took like 28 minutes. I think we sat there.
Yeah. It wasn't too bad.
It wasn't that long. So Google finally wrapped up their investigation into the wage gap myth. And they studied all of their employees. I think they have like some 40,000 plus employees, I think.
So maybe let's expand a little before we get into it. So basically,
Oh, are you Joe Roganing me?
Well, no, I mean,
Hey, real quick, explain this.
So basically, I mean, you're just the whole I don't even remember how you put it, but something
Wage
about
gap.
a myth. Wage gap myth.
Yeah.
So basically, there's been a lot of controversy in a lot of companies and industries, but particularly a lot around Google, with saying that the women are not paid to do the same job as much as men are paid. That's obviously been something that's been an issue, or at least thought to be an issue, at the forefront for quite some time, ever since, all the changes with women's rights and women getting into the workplace.
Exactly.
But it's been more prominent recently with Google, and everybody outraged that, women aren't getting paid enough. So now we have a conclusion, is what you're saying.
Well, the study examined 91% of their employees, and they based it. They compared their compensation based to the term they phrased as similar tasks, right? Because they have like 40,000 plus employees. You can't,
of course,
you can't group it just by like lead engineer 1.
Yeah.
Let's look at what your day to day is, and let's find
a very similar job with the type of task you are doing.
They could have 20 job titles that do the similar
that do
workload.
Very similar work. Yeah, just different for different divisions, different products, all that.
Yep. And like I said, the study examined 91% of their employees, and they found.
I wonder why they only did 91%. I mean, that's obviously
I'm not sure.
Huge chunk, but
I'm
why
assuming
not do
executives were exempt.
95, 100, yeah. That was kind of my thought too.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if maybe any of the articles said anything.
The cynic in me wants to think that that's just executive level,
Not wanting to
off the books.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Staying off the books, not putting in what they all make. I'm sure that's part of it.
It could be contractual employees because they have to have call centers and like little pop-up offices all around the world. I don't know.
Yeah.
My gut is executives.
But regardless, 91% is still high.
Oh, that's tons,
right?
yeah.
So that's going to give you a good feel for what the company is doing.
So the New York Times reports that Google discovered the disparity. The company paid out $9.7 million in additional compensation to 10,677 employees. Only the gender, because they weren't paid well enough.
Because they weren't paying the genders evenly, basically.
Now, was it female?
Was what? The disparity on the female side?
Was that 10,677 employees
paid to females? I mean, one would think, right? Because that's the case. So one would be led to think. I mean, I've been led to think for my whole fucking life that women are paid less than men, because that's all you hear. Now, I haven't always found it to be the case or thought it to be the case in a lot of situations, but not to say it doesn't happen, because I'm sure it does. So one would think that, yes, the money was paid to women because that's the case.
It was men. Men were paid less.
So men were actually paid less. And so this 91% of men got some hefty checks coming.
Yeah, and this comes, 2 years after the James Damore debacle, where they fired that executive for his email that he wrote, kind of explaining why the different,
Yeah.
I have I have the line that got him fired. I'm not saying that all men differ from all women in the following ways, or that these differences are just. I'm simply stating that the distribution of preferences and abilities of men and women differ in part due to biological causes, that these differences may explain why we don't see equal representation of women in tech and leadership,
Absolutely.
And that line right there got his ass fired, and, they went they went gun ho with wage gap, inequality, and we're here in 2019 and we found out that they were paying men less.
It was wrong. Yeah. What was the amount they paid out?
So they had to back pay 10,677 employees, an estimated $9.7 million.
Damn.
To get them, on equal playing ground. And look, I'm not even I don't want to see this either way. Like, I don't want people to think I'm saying this to be like, see, men, we're not the bad people. I don't care. I don't want to see this either way. I want you to get paid fairly for I want you to get a full day's pay for a fair day work. That's it.
Absolutely.
And I don't think there's a wage gap inequality in terms of gender. I think there are circumstances that occurs. Like,
absolutely.
Teachers are paid, abhorrently low, and it's a female-dominated field, right? Yeah. So if you just take generalities, you go, oh, well, look at all these women making, nothing. Well, they're teachers, and they should be paid more, right? But they're not.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what they're in. That's the pay wage for that.
That's
career.
not a gender inequality. That's a systemic thing.
Yeah,
right. That's systemic.
Overall,
right?
teachers should be paid more, men and women.
Look at first responders, and I'll just parlay this just to the state of Florida. Yeah. The state of Florida, like if you're a first responder, firefighter, EMT, paramedic, like you don't get paid anything.
No,
I think they top you.
Those wages should be higher.
I believe they top you at like 35 or 38,000, and the only way to advance is becoming like a captain or a lieutenant or going into leadership.
Yeah. Absolutely. And now they want to make fucking minimum wage to $15 an hour and get you $35,000 a year for flipping burgers.
Right. And firefighters, EMTs,
How about go save someone's life?
Yeah. That's a male dominated field. So look, that's a bunch of men making nothing. Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm not arguing it like either way. I don't think it exists, but I want everyone to get paid a fair day's pay for a good day's work.
Yeah,
the problem isn't the gender, it's the systemic problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
We want to give welfare to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, but we don't want to pay firefighters and EMTs. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's horseshit.
That's no disrespect to anyone.
They're out there saving lives.
There's no disrespect to anyone on public assistance. We all fall on hard times.
No.
But
of course,
our priorities are so backwards sometimes.
They're fucked up. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Look at the left's agenda for socialism. Like I don't think people understand. Medicare is on, and this is a law. This is a law. This isn't some made up number. Medicare is going insolvent in 2026. Social Security is insolvent in 2034, meaning taxes are going to raise. Right. Mm-hmm. There's people complaining, we have to raise the retirement age. Well, we're living longer, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's a bunch of problems. But started going on a tangent there. But it's not about men or women. It's more systemic than anything. I'm really glad Google posted the real numbers and didn't
No, that's actually surprising.
Shout out to Google for admitting that.
Very honest.
That
they were wrong in the opposite way of what everybody thought.
I don't even want to say they were wrong. No. It's just fake news. What? It's fake reporting. It's
I more meant absolute that the reporting was wrong.
Yeah, no, right? That's why I jumped in. I knew what you meant.
I'd love for them to come out and say that they were wrong for,
and they should.
For firing what's his name?
Oh, James Damore.
That's absolutely.
That's awful.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. I'd love them to come out and admit that. Because it was wrong when it first came out, but now that you see that it wasn't even the case of everything that was being reported, I think they even more so owe him an apology.
When the email leaked out and you really truly saw what he wrote, you look at that and you go, there's nothing wrong with what he said.
There's nothing wrong. It was all science.
That's not sexist. That's not misogynist. There's no hate in that. That's just facts.
It's just looking up facts, and maybe 100% of it wasn't right. Maybe it was written a little sloppy in certain areas. I don't know. I didn't read the whole thing, but it was mostly just facts.
Facts don't take into account your feelings. Facts are facts.
Yeah,
that's absolutely. It. And that's why when I read things, I don't really care for opinion pieces in print. Like I normally don't shit on the New York Times a whole lot because they try, but they have a whole opinion section that it goes in the garbage for me. I don't care what your opinions are. Yeah. I want plain facts.
Want the facts.
That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we don't do that
enough. It's supposed to be. No, absolutely not.
Oh man.
Absolutely not.
Let me get my little 30 seconds of shitting on Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez out of the way. I told you I'm gonna make this a weekly thing.
Yeah, shitting on AOC.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see. What'd she say this week? That's just abhorrently egregious. Her Twitter account is almost as horrible as the president's, by the way. First tweet this week. The AUMF was passed with Lee's lone dissenting vote. That's a crap tweet. She basically, I'll just sum it up because it was like a thread. She basically shit on the, at first she said the Iraq war and then had to redact it. It was the Afghani war she was referring to.
Okay.
She was basically saying how the AUMF that we enacted after 9/11, the AUMF stands for the Authorization for Use of Military Force. It's a law that they passed stating that the president could vote to take military force against anyone aiding and abetting terrorism. And she was just saying how that the Afghani war was pointless and it took us down a wormhole of debt and recession, which she's not completely wrong about those things, but
no, war does that.
The way she posed it was she was just basically saying like, it was our fault and we suck, not the terrorists. So that was her first.
Okay, so there's that. Okay.
She said this week, her critics think that she's crazy because she's powerful.
No.
Oh no!
You're crazy.
No. It's
You're
worse.
wrong?
It's worse than I thought.
Okay. Oh, it's
My
worse than
critics
that.
think I'm crazy because I'm as powerful as a man.
What? What does that even mean?
Because men are more powerful than her. No, you're crazy because you're a cunt. You're crazy because you're a cunt. And now I'm going to have to go beat myself.
You're going to have to go repent?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go pray for forgiveness because I gave up cursing for Lent. You made me do it. You forced me into this. You forced my hand
here.
She forced
you into it.
Any more tweets from her? Oh, she said, America is garbage. She literally wrote, America is garbage and Reagan was a racist.
So one, move. Two, he probably was.
Well, let me give you some.
But what's the point and why does that matter at this point in time?
Let me see if I have the context for that one. Oh, she was just doing an interview. That's something I've seen in the media this last week about the left trying to label Reagan a racist. Let me give you some history on Reagan. Reagan was not. He might have been a racist, but history shows that Reagan won southern states because he ran on a racist platform. That's inaccurate. What Reagan did is Reagan came to the South and won metropolitan cities that were becoming industrial hubs for Northerners that were not racist. So he went to non-racist southern cities that were inhabited by Northerners and won those communities, and that's how he won so many southern states. So history will tell you.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yes. So history will tell you Reagan won southern states because he ran a racist platform. That's inaccurate. Reagan didn't run a racist platform. Take Tampa, for instance. That Tampa was one of his hot spots that he won. And the reason why he won is because we had a ton of Northerners coming for work that weren't racist.
Yeah, Florida is
Right?
A cesspool of people from everywhere else,
So
right?
he hit places like Raleigh, Atlanta, Tampa, and he was able to win the southern states by appealing to the non-racists that lived in the South. So it's just not historically correct, but the history books will tell you otherwise. It's not right.
Yeah, of course.
And it looks like she committed campaign fraud.
Of course she did.
To the tune of most reports say $1 million. I've seen reports as high as 18 million.
And so how though? Like what in what context?
So what
did
you
she
can
cause fraud?
And this is where I don't know much about politics. We literally do current events without any knowledge. That should be the slogan for our
current events with no knowledge.
With no
That's
knowledge.
what we do.
That's what we call it. So that sounds about right. There's a thing that you can establish in order to move money around in your campaign where they don't have to actually document it, and it's called a PAC. It's where like you funnel it to a company.
Yeah.
And
well,
she established the Examiner, the Washington Examiner, her what do you call the person in charge? Her chief of staff?
Campaign manager?
Yeah, campaign manager, chief of staff. Yeah. The Examiner noted that cash transfers from the PACs run completely against what Cortez has repeatedly claimed that she stands for. She's very openly against PAC money.
But yet she did it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the fucking... Hold on. Where's the damn line? I can't pronounce her person's name. It's Sakat Chakabadi, the brains behind Socialist Republican AOC, the chief of staff, allegedly funneled over $1 million in political donations to his own private companies, according to new complaint filed with the FEC. Appears to have been set up for the sole purpose of obscuring how the political donations were used, because you don't, like I said, you don't have to fully report what money goes to PACs. That's like,
for sure.
That's how people use money for financial gain. So
yeah, of course.
Look, does everyone do it? Yeah. Is this a shocker? No, but she's one of the few people that is actively against it and then does it herself, and then also complains about being poor.
It's American.
And also being, she runs on a socialist platform. This is all capitalism, baby. This is all capitalism.
Yeah, absolutely.
So details are kind of scarce, but it's going to get hairy for her. She could end up in prison for this, because it's a lot of money.
Good, that'd be great.
If it's the 18 that I've read a lot of people reporting, that's a lot of money that's disappeared.
Yeah.
That could be a real problem for her. And it's funny, Alex Jones, I said this, I don't know, last week or the week before, when we were talking about the abortions, how it's funny how that governor, the Southern governor that was talking about keeping the baby comfortable, a week later, KKK photos are leaked out, right? It's funny how the new Green Deal and all of her bullshit going after other representatives in the Democratic Party. It's funny how this leaks out a couple of weeks later. I don't think this would be a coincidence. One report I read said that Nancy Pelosi despises her because she can't control her. She can't ring her in. So it'd be funny to see if this was like an insider deal. Like, hey, we've known this all along. She's been doing this. And of course, this is under the guise that it's true. I don't know if it's true. I personally don't care. They all do it. I just think it's...
Of course.
No one advocates against it.
Well, but the thing too is if it's being called out, then it could be that she did something more, right? I mean, there's a I guess you could call it somewhat of a loophole, in a way to run money. But if you're now fucking that up, you're definitely doing something wrong and illegal, right? So there definitely should be something happening, and if there is something happening, it just shows how much more in the wrong she was than what the loophole allows, right?
So PACs are required to disclose how and when funds are spent, but the private companies to which her chief of staff transferred the money from the PACs are not subjected to these requirements. So they could be doing whatever they want with this, and it's not. They don't have to report it.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. We'll start wrapping this bitch up on a lighter note here.
Did you see the picture of that teacher I put in our note?
No. I can go look, though.
Please look at it.
It's in the notes document.
Oh, yeah, it's the first thing on that. How could you be mad at your kid?
That's a teacher?
That's a teacher.
Is this like another 14-year-old fucked his teacher?
He was 13.
He was 13.
And she would let other students...
How old is she?
She would let other students play like watch out. She's 28.
play watch out so other students knew she was fucking the 13-year-old?
Oh yeah.
Was she fucking them all? I mean, she would have to be doing something with like, hey, go play watch out, but I'm not going to play with your dick either, right?
Yeah, they had like TMZ, I think, got a hold of transcripts from her, like her phone. And she wrote things like, oh, baby, I wish you were here with me. I want you too, baby, so bad. Whenever you can know I'm down. Like, for real, you get sexier to me every day.
Jesus, what is wrong with these people?
She's
13-year-old?
Yeah, she's the greatest.
Dude, she looks like she's like 20.
She said she wanted to give me
young.
here's the boy said she wanted to give me a blowjob and my stuff is really big and stuff like that. Oh, God.
Jesus Christ. What is wrong with these?
I mean, I think we could all learn a lesson from her. You know?
What's that?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. English, math, I don't know. Anything.
Oh, yeah. You could learn something from her, for sure.
If you were all joking.
You can't be mad at mad at the kid.
No.
You can't be mad at the kid. I'd have done that all day, every day. Right?
What do you do?
You're just getting into hormones. You're going crazy. You don't know what the fuck any of it is or means.
Man, my teachers were so...
You've basically got a boner 24/7.
My teachers were so ugly when I was in school.
Yeah, most of mine were too.
Jealous.
There were a couple, but most of them were.
I'm jealous, son.
Of course. Why wouldn't you be?
But seriously, like as like the father of this kid, and it's a what do you call those things? It's a double standard.
Give him a high five.
It's a double standard. You're like, this is awful, and then like when mom turns his back, you just give him a little fist. I don't know what you do.
No, I don't know either. Because you can't blame him.
Fuck no.
I mean, now you got to have some talks with him, I guess, but...
I mean, you got to... he's 13. Obviously, you got to talk him down, you know?
You got to sit him down and talk to him about it, but you can't blame the kid, right?
He's got to kind of know why this is wrong.
Yeah,
you know?
Yes, exactly.
But...
Exactly.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. If she ever needs, like, something at the commissary, she should reach out. You're saying a lighter note?
Yeah. I thought that was great though. But so apparently the second patient ever is looking to be in remission from HIV.
Yeah, actually, he's been deemed cured.
Yeah.
So remission,
Crazy.
You still have the illness. You just don't have any of the active viral markers, any kind of virus in you.
Yeah.
Or it's such a
they
low.
said it's been nearly 19 months.
Yeah.
No sign of anything.
Yeah. So I believe they're using a mutate. Like, so he got a bone marrow transplant.
Yep.
And
he was also treated. Bone marrow to treat. Yeah, okay. So the bone marrow was to treat blood cancers.
Yep.
Got stem cells from donors with a genetic mutation. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you
they're saying it's it gives hope that HIV and AIDS can have a full cure one day, right?
Yeah. So when you get a bone marrow transplant, that's like the stem cells for your entire body. For your bloodstream, essentially. I'm trying to break this down as easy as I can. But you can actually, there's a genetic mutation to a surface marker for some individuals that makes them immune from HIV.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And I haven't read the whole article on this, but it's in my list to read. I believe that the donor had that mutation, so then he gets the bone marrow transplant. Now he has this mutation for the surface marker, and then he is de facto, over time, cured of HIV.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
those cells will basically go in and take over.
Yeah, the surface marker prevents the HIV cells from getting inside his cells. Yeah. I think it's the surface marker CXCR5. It's a chemo attractant. So It attracts other cells. I don't know how else to break it down.
Well, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Honestly,
it's a breakthrough.
that's probably about as far as you could break it down. It makes enough sense.
Yeah, because people misconstrue like remission and cure. When you label someone cure, like that's it. They don't have it anymore, and it's like it's hard for some people to grasp because for so long we don't use it too often. But we're actually seeing people being cured of hepatitis C fully, and now this is the second HIV case.
That
it was in the UK, I believe, right?
Yes. Yeah. London, I believe.
Yeah, it's an awesome thing.
Yeah, no, it's great. Figured we'd try to end on a lighter note.
Yeah. So you gonna go see Captain Marvel? You gonna side with the feminists?
I mean, I honestly, I just started hearing something about there being an issue like yesterday. Mm-hmm. Don't care. Had no plans to see it, at least not in theaters. Maybe I thought I did see the trailer. I thought it looked okay, but again, it looked just like all the other ones. So
it's a cookie cutter.
Yeah, exactly. It's a cookie cutter. Exactly.
I don't know. One of the articles I saw on it, someone wrote it was satire. He was like, I don't have to watch the movie. I'm just going to call it the greatest cinematic movie of all time, just so everyone's happy. And I guess someone tweeted at him like that's racist. Black Panther was the best. So he had to he sent out a comment. It was, I need to apologize. I wrote this article today praising Captain Marvel as the greatest cinematic achievement. I have since been criticized for implicitly diminishing Black Panther. I'm deeply sorry for my unintentional racism. Please forgive me.
Oh God.
But you can't make anyone happy.
Funny.
Yeah. It's crazy when Rotten Tomatoes has to change their whatever for whatever.
Yeah, their scaling system or rating system.
Yeah. Brie Larson's an idiot. I don't
crazy.
care. I'll say it. I'll illegally watch the movie because I'm not giving her a dime.
Do it.
Yep.
Do it. Yeah, I don't care either way if I see it or not.
Let's close this out with
cookie cutter.
With me coming out. I'm gonna come out.
Coming out what?
I want to come out.
Coming out your penis?
I'm gonna come out trans.
Yeah.
I'm also a person of color.
Sounds good.
I'm an immigrant.
I like it.
I'm a lesbian.
I like it.
I'm a gay man.
We know.
I'm disabled.
A little bit.
I'm everything.
Sounds good.
And so are you.
Really?
That's what Alyssa Milano wrote as a tribute to International Women's Day.
All right.
Thinking that, hardcore feminists would get on board with that, and she got eviscerated.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely.
You're a rich white lady.
Yeah.
You don't get to say those things. And oh, wait, you're none of those things.
That's great.
I'm so happy that some people actually saw the BS in that and were like, that you're not helping our cause.
No, not at all.
You're diminishing it.
It's horse shit. Yeah. That's a good note.
Yeah. I'm like half of those things, right?
Fuck you segment.
Yeah, I'm like half those things, right?
Of course, absolutely.
We're lesbians.
Yeah, damn right.
We're both people of color.
Absolutely.
You got a little geese and a little Native American.
Everybody's a person of color.
Yeah. You got a little geese in you, so that means you're an immigrant from somewhere.
I got the geese.
Yeah, you're an immigrant. I got the Cuban immigrant.
The Grints.
I'm not trans.
No?
But if I say I'm not trans, does that make me transphobic? I don't know anymore.
No.
Probably.
To somebody it would. It would, yeah.
Anyways.
Anywho, that's a good way to wrap it up.
You got it.
You want to give your little spiel there?
Yeah. Give us a like on all those things. Drop a comment. I guess I should stop asking since nobody does it, but I'm gonna still do it.
That's great.
I'm gonna still do it. What did Brody Stevens used to say about his podcast when he did stand up and he talked about? He said, we got more uploads than downloads.
There you go. Sounds about right.
Like us on all the things. See, all keep tabs things. And drop a comment or whatever.
Sounds good.
Keep it sexy. Be kind to people.
Keep it sexy. I like
Positive
that. Keep
push.
It sexy. Positive push. That sounds, I don't know. It kind of sounds, in a weird way, negative.
I don't know. Maybe.
Anyway.
You got
Is that
it.
it? Bye.